Hello, welcome to Deb's Kitchen. Today we're making one of our fall favorites, pineapple upside down cake. Today we're going to be using a cake box mix. You don't have to do it by scratch, people. We want to keep it simple and semi-homemade. So this is a delicious cake mix. We're going to be using vanilla. I always use the yellow. We're going to use pineapple slices, maraschino cherries, brown sugar. I usually use dark, either vegetable oil, eggs, and butter. We're going to be preparing the cake as per the cake instructions. So just get your box and follow the instructions. It calls for 3 eggs, 1 cup of water, and a half a cup of oil. But when I make my pineapple upside down cake, I use the juice syrup for part of the liquid. So let's put it all in there. We need 1 cup, so we have almost a cup. So we're just going to fill it up with water to the 1 cup mark. Going to pour that in our cake. We're going to put our eggs, 3 large eggs. Cup of oil, and I have vegetable oil here. You can use whatever kind of oil you want except olive oil because that has a distinct taste. So we're going to put it in here. We're going to blend it for 2 minutes. I'm going to start on low because I don't want to splatter. You can do this with a hand mixer, or if you don't have one, you can do it by hand. Whisking. Okay. While that's mixing, I'm going to melt my butter. So I have a cube of butter. You can use margarine. I prefer butter. And I'm going to melt it in my microwave. So we're basically going to put it in here for about 50 seconds. Keeping an eye on it. Halfway through, just get your spatula and make sure that your cake's mixed. Sometimes it sticks to the bottom of the bowl. And continue on. Be careful when you remove your butter because it will be hot. So use pot holders. It took us about 40 seconds. It depends on your own microwave. So just keep an eye on it. Okay, now the fun part. Our cake is done. Our batter's beat. So we're going to assemble our easy pineapple upside down cake. First, take the wrapper out. I don't even take the wrapper off it. I just leave it there. And we have a 9 by 13 oblong cake dish. I use glass because I want to see what's going on. And you don't have to grease it. You just have to pour it in. And this is kind of hot, so I'm being careful. Oops. Okay, so make sure the bottom of your pan is well covered. I kind of go back and forth. And make sure your oven is preheating to 350 degrees. So we have our butter on the bottom, and we are going to start putting in our ingredients. Now I have a cup of brown sugar, and I eyeball it. If I think I need more, I put more. This is my mom's old battered up cup. I have a lot of her baking implements, utensils. And I just love to use them because when I'm using them, I think of Mama. So make sure every corner, especially the corners, are well coated because my kids always fight for the crispy caramelized corners. Okay, so you see it's well coated with the brown sugar, and now we have our pineapple rings. So I'm just going to take them out, put them side by side. In a pattern. You can make some fancy pattern if you want, but this is just tried and true. And there always seems to be a pineapple ring left, or 2. So what I do is I crack it in half, and I want to make sure everybody gets some pineapple. So I just kind of squeeze it in somewhere, make a pattern, and then I'll do the other one at the ends. And then here comes the fun part, our maraschino cherries. You don't have to put these if you don't like, but it looks really pretty for presentation. So just put one in the center of each of your pineapples. I love cherries. I love chocolate covered cherries. I love any kind of cherry. And at this point, if you like, which I'm not going to do because I'm just making your classic pineapple upside down cake, is you could add walnuts, almonds, pecans, whatever you choose. But now, this is the tricky part. We have our batter, and we're going to evenly disperse it without trying to disturb your pineapples too much. Just keep going all over to make sure you got coverage everywhere. Then get your spatula to get the rest out. And I just do that to the center of the cake. Okay, so it's pretty evenly distributed. If you like, you can tap it. See those little bubbles? So that it won't get lopsided as much, because you don't want that. And next we're going to take it over to the oven. Put it in there for 35 to 38 minutes as per the cake instructions. And then our pineapple upside down cake will be ready. Our oven rack is set in the middle. So we'll put it in our cake. 350. 35 to 38 minutes, and we're going to check on it when the top is, you can insert a fork or a knife clearly and it comes out, or else you can press it with your fingers. So we'll see you in 35 minutes. Our timer went off, so we're going to touch our cake, and it's very firm in the middle, so that means it's done. So I'm going to bring it out, set it on a cutting board for about 5 to 10 minutes to cool a little. Okay, usually when I get it out, I run a offset spatula or knife around the edges because the brown sugar will get hard and I want to separate it so it'll be easier to take out. So just go around the whole cake. Okay, our cake's been cooling for about 5 minutes, and this is the tricky part, folks. This is the hardest part of all. But I have a clear glass dish because I want to see what's going on the bottom of my cake when I turn it over. And we're basically going to turn it over. This pan is not long enough, but it should be fine. But I basically want to, it's called upside down cake for a reason. So we're going to get a good cake, we have to turn it upside down. Okay, looks like it's a go. I'm going to lift the glass off, and there it is, your crowning glory. Our cake is ready, nice and caramelized. The house smells heavenly, like pineapples. And my brother just got here, and he said, and my sister-in-law said it smells so good in the kitchen. And here are the caramelized corners. Whenever I would make one of these cakes, I come in here and all the corners are cut off because my kids all fight for the corners. Luckily, I only had 4 kids. But anyhow, I guess you can make cupcakes. But anyway, we're going to wait till this cools off, and then we're going to try it out. And don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can be advised when I'm in my kitchen. And don't forget to check out my Facebook page, my Facebook group, In Deb's Kitchen, so you can see me cooking raw, live, uncensored, and often too long. But anyhow, we'll be back. Our pineapple cake is ready, so we're going to cut a piece and try it. And this time I get the corner. What? Pineapples can be a little tricky, so we're going to get our cake. Delicious cake, yummy, finger looking good. That pineapple back where it belongs, and we're going to try it out. smells delicious. So go ahead and try this out. Very easy, store-bought cake. You just prepare it as per the instructions. The simple assembly that I just told you. You'll be a hit at all your potlucks and parties that you have at your family.